What if the biggest danger to Nigeria is not war, but decisions made behind closed doors? What if foreign powers are already shaping Nigeria's future? And what if the country is closer to a breaking point than many realize? This is Talkwaves TV. If you want the truth without filters, subscribe, like, share, and watch to the end. We begin with what many Nigerians are calling a national red flag. Reports suggest that the Nigerian government is considering a plan that would involve Nigeria's tax revenue being transferred or managed through France. This revelation has sparked outrage among citizens, triggered heated debates in the Senate, and raised fears of economic dependence and loss of sovereignty. Critics argue that no independent nation should outscore control of its tax system. Such a move could weaken Nigeria's economic power, and this decision may mortgage the country's future. Senators are now deeply divided and public trust is shaking. The big question remains, is Nigeria surrendering control of its economy without a fight?
Mr. President of the Senate, distinguished colleagues, I rise today to defend the sovereignty, dignity, and future of Nigeria. Mr. President, the suggestion that Nigeria's tax revenue is being transferred to France is not just unacceptable, it is dangerous. It raises a painful question. Are we governing an independent nation, or are we negotiating a return to economic colonialism? Distinguished colleagues, Nigerians are suffering. Our youths are unemployed. Our communities are insecure. Our schools and hospitals are underfunded. Yet we are being told that the hard-earned taxes of Nigerians may be sent outside this country. Mr. President, that is an insult to the sacrifices of our people. Nigeria's taxes must build Nigeria. Nigeria's resources must secure Nigeria's future. Anything else mortgages the destiny of our children. Mr. President, sovereignty is not negotiable. This Senate must demand full disclosure and immediate suspension of any such arrangement. We cannot stand by and watch policies that resemble colonial era dependency destroy the hope of our youth. Mr. President, Nigeria is not a colony. Nigeria is not for sale, and this Senate must rise to defend her future. I so submit.
Tension rises between Nigeria and the United States. The Northern elders have spoken out strongly after comments linked to Donald Trump, suggesting that Sharia law must be abolished and blasphemy laws should be scrapped. The elders insist that the U.S. has no business interfering in Nigeria's religious system. Sharia is constitutionally protected, and external pressure could ignite religious and ethnic conflict. They accuse the U.S. of trying to divide Nigerians' long faith lines and use human rights as a political weapon. Is this about human rights or global control?
Nation. With the benefit of hindsight, this does not come as a surprise. Past American governments had once announced that Nigeria would break by 2015. When that did not happen after 10 years, they are now taking deliberate steps to make it happen. It seems like the plot they are working on is to instigate a religious crisis in the country by provoking the Muslim population. Recently, the US President Donald Trump made an accusation that there was a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, even confirming that churches were being burned and Christians killed virtually every day. He then started rolling out conditions to be met by the Nigerian government and sanctions to be considered on government, individuals, and groups. He went on to list Nigeria yet again as a country of special concern. Among the conditions he rolled out was that the Sharia system was to be abolished in the northern states and blasphemy laws be scrapped. Then, last week, a group of Nigerians living in the US, led by one Dr. Ebenezer Obadere, senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, visited the US Congress masquerading as so-called experts on Nigerian affairs to request the Congress to make the US government demand that the Nigerian government put pressure on the northern states to abolish the Sharia system and the Hizbah. At this juncture, we would like to make the following observations. One, even the British colonialists who conquered our land by force of arms could not altogether get rid of the Sharia system. Therefore, no foreign power can do it now, after more than 60 years of independence. Two, the Sharia system is an integral part of our constitution, which, in recognition of everybody's right to religious freedom, provided for three legal systems, namely the British common law, the Sharia personal law, and the customary law. Three, moreover, the constitution allowed for concurrent powers that gives states the power to make laws affecting any of the concurrent list, of which enacting Sharia law is a part of. Four, unless the constitution of our country and its democratic federalism is going to be trampled on, the plot to force the federal government to pressure state governments to abolish the Sharia system and Hizbah is not wise. Five, the Sharia system has never been imposed on any non-Muslims in Nigeria. Six, the blasphemy law is not a religious law, but a law enacted by respective state assemblies in order to preserve peace and harmony. Seven, the Sharia system has no connection whatsoever with the different types of insecurity issues happening in Nigeria. Eight, the Hizbah institution has never engaged in any type of unrest. It is an unarmed organization concerned only with the enforcement of Sharia moral laws within the ambit of the national law. Therefore, on behalf of all the 40 Islamic organizations that form the Zamfara State Muslims League, we hereby state the following. One, we in Zamfara State are more than 99% Muslims. We were the first to implement the Sharia system in 1999. We want all and sundry to know that we are comfortable with the system and we will never allow it to be tampered with. Two, the request of Dr. Obadere is not based on any expertise, but on biasness and Islamophobia. Three, the US has no business meddling in the international affairs of our country, or act as a custodian of a certain religion, or start a new crusade against Islam, with Nigeria as its first victim. Four, we emphatically affirm that Muslims in Nigeria will not stand by and look while a foreign power dismantles the Sharia system just to make some anti-Islamic Christians happy.
Now to the battlefield. Nigeria's military has stepped up operations in northern Nigeria, targeting bandit camps, terrorist supply routes, and kidnapping networks. Recent reports indicate that several bandit groups have been neutralized, others are fleeing to save their lives, and communities are experiencing temporary relief. While many Nigerians praise the military, others ask, will this success last? What happens after the guns go silent? Can force alone bring lasting peace? Conclude with a development shaking national consciousness. The Biafran Prime Minister-elect has declared that he will stand firm with the Biafran people. The struggle for sovereignty will continue. Supporters point to growing international awareness, stronger diaspora influence, renewed unity among Biafrans. Opponents fear this could deepen national division and escalate tensions. Yet, supporters insist the movement is driven by years of unresolved injustice. The big question remains: is Biafra a warning Nigeria ignored, or a future Nigeria must confront?
I want to thank Biafran citizens and the leadership of our organization, being MASOB, His Excellency Chief Dr. Afo Wazirike, and the entire structures of being MASOB for electing me as the 7th Biafra internal government Prime Minister. So I am highly overwhelmed by the support you have given to me to serve. And I declare myself today with honesty and humility that I will serve to the best of my capacity. And also inviting our international friends to continue to support us for what we are doing. In a very shortest time, we will join the Committee of World as a sovereign state. So may God help us to achieve that in the name of Jesus.
From foreign control fears to religious pressure to war and resistance to a rising self-determination movement, Nigeria stands at a historic crossroads. What do you think? Is Nigeria under siege internally or externally? Who truly controls the nation's future? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, like this video, share it, and watch to the end. This is the only way to support Talkwaves TV. And we thank you for being part of our growth. Stay informed and stay awake.